I've been excited for Toy Story 5 ever since it was announced back in 2024. And I've been hyping it up, I paid attention to all the marketing, and I finally saw it 2 days ago. It lived up to all of my expectations. This is honestly, Pixar's been on a roll lately. This is honestly a really good movie, and yes, is a fifth Toy Story movie unnecessary? Yes, but I don't think Pixar's ever actually made a bad Toy Story movie, and this is no different. This is a really, really good, heartfelt, emotional movie, and yeah, it also has a really unique idea of toys versus tech, and the franchise has introduced, characters that threaten, the toys is, the kids' attention, but they've never introduced a character that straight up threatens playtime. And so, this is a really great idea, and it's also very, very timely, as we are seeing the rise of iPad kids, for lack of a better word, and, so this is just a really good movie, and it's directed by Andrew Stanton, who, he just directed a couple movies, you might not have heard of them. It's called Finding Nemo, pretty obscure indie movie. WALL-E, not really. Finding Dory, those movies. And since he directed Finding Dory, he also knows how to do a good sequel, and this is good. This is a great expansion for the franchise. It introduces a lot of great new characters. Lilypad is a really good antagonist. She's not the villain, but she is the antagonist, and she is just a really good character. And then the three other, major new characters introduced, Smarty Pants, voiced by Conan O'Brien, Atlas, Snappy, and Alice and Snappy, are all really good. The vocal performances are great. Smarty Pants is really funny. Smarty Pants is super funny. Atlas and Snappy are both great. And also, this is one of the first Toy Story movies to fully focus on the humans. Because this movie is all about Bonnie wanting to make friends. And so her parents buy her the lily pad to help her fit in. And I really like this. It really shows the struggles of making friends when you're young, and especially in a world like today's world, where everything's pretty dependent on screens. And this movie presents a very nuanced view of technology, and I really appreciate that. It shows that technology is not all bad, but you can't let it take over your life, and there's room for both. There is room for, play, but also room for, technology. And at the end, spoilers, they incorporate Lilypad into the play, which I really liked. And, this film is really about change and friendship, and also Jessie is the main character. And I thought that was a really good direction that they went in. It was really good to make her a central focus because, Woody and Buzz have had their stories. They're still in this movie, and I really like them. I like some of the jokes with Woody, and Buzz is a good character. But Jessie I really liked Jessie's arc of learning to embrace technology, because she has been hurt so much. With Emily, Andy, and now it was happening with Bonnie. I really felt her struggles, and it was made for a great emotional core. Especially when they revisited the When She Loved Me scene. I really loved that. Jessie being the central focus was really good. And so she ends up at Blaze's house where she meets Smarty Pants and all those guys. And she is willing to do whatever it takes to help Bonnie make a friend with Blaze. And in sort of a way that only the first Toy Story kind of is. And so this feels very similar to, the first and second movies in that respect. But it also feels a little bit like a elongated Toy Story tune or Toy Story, TV special. And that's not a complaint, because I really enjoy them, and so I'm glad that they kind of did something similar with this, and so I think that it works really, really well. And this movie is also very funny. Like I mentioned, Smarty Pants is very funny, but all the jokes pretty much land, and it's just a really good time. It's also a very, feel-good movie, and again, very nuanced, and it's just overall a really, really good movie. One of my main complaints, though, is that they still haven't corrected their mistake from Toy Story 4, and while the original characters plus Bonnie's toys are given a little more to do, it's still not a lot. And I get that maybe the story didn't serve them, but again, I would have liked to see them do a little bit more, even though they probably, I think, had more lines than they did in Toy Story 4, so I appreciated that. But yeah, overall, I just really, really enjoyed this. With the 50 Buzz Lightyears that we knew about, and I really enjoyed that. I thought it was very funny, and it did tie into the main story at the end. And yeah, I do like how this also touched on a little bit with Jesse's emotional moments, that, yeah, no matter where the toys go, no matter who they're owned by, that kid is going to grow up and forget about them. And yeah, it made for some very powerful moments in this movie. And yeah, it's honestly a near perfect movie, and it's better than 4. I'd say as good as Toy Story 3, not as good as Toy Story 2, but that's just my aggressive bias towards that movie and loving it aggressively, so yeah. Also, the Taylor Swift song, I Knew It, I Knew You, banger, go listen to it. But yeah, I really like this movie, and have a good day.